Welcome everybody. It is episode 6. Dum, bum, 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 bum.
Bow, bow,
Of course we are,
bow.
and of course I am joined by Flouze Maker.
Oh yes,
We
and
are
we
watching Cynical season 8.
we are watching. We are watching, and they're pretty confident. Blaze, they're all targeting Blaze right now.
They're all like looking at him.
Mm-hmm.
Did he say something wrong? Did he say
I
something
don't know,
wrong?
but
No,
now
I
they
think
decided
they
not
were
to.
joking.
Yeah.
I think he's diffused the situation with a couple of snowballs. This reminds me of a movie. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It is called A Midnight Clear. It's set
never
in
seen it.
World War II, I want to say. Basically the idea, the movie was, it's the Alliance versus the Germans, and the Germans knew that they've lost the war, but the order hasn't come yet to retreat. So they try to defuse the situation with the Allies.
Right.
That they're holding this border with a snowball fight, and they try to like show them like, hey, we're friendly. Can we just like not kill each other until we get this retreat order?
But it was just a ruse.
Maybe I don't
what
know. I'm
you're
not gonna
thinking.
spoil the movie.
Oh,
Go watch
good-
it.
good-
A Midnight
yeah.
Clear. Very
Good
good
idea.
movie. I like it.
Good idea. Blue
like the
team
movie.
has stopped caving. They're back on the surface in the desert.
Okay.
They're 800 blocks away from 0-0, so that's not their plan. They're not planning on going to 0-0. So they have managed to convince Burning to not BTC, which is already something. Sedgos has a power 4, by the way.
Oh yes, they were sitting pretty handy in terms of gear. I saw sharpness 3. I saw sharpness 2 diamond. Some good stuff.
Tyler's has sharpness 3 diamond now, and Burning has Burning. That's terrible gear compared to your teammates. He's got power 2 and sharpness 1. He needs some extra help enchanting. That's for sure. But Sedgos, who is a sniper, like you've rarely seen. Usually, actually, on European servers, he's unstoppable. On American servers, maybe his game will be thrown just off enough that he'll give other players a chance. But he's quite the marksman. And Tyler's, as we know, very dangerous with a sword. So they got the 1-2 punch with Burning riding along. Fairy Juice just got a creeper explode on his face. Last I checked, green team were still caving. Oh, and now they've met up in the desert as well. But they're easily 700 blocks away from blue team. But they're also doing some last minute enchants. I think they want to head to meet up early as well.
Okay, so a couple of teams want to position themselves. This is generally, I find, not a great idea, depending on what 0-0 is like and how far away you have to stay, you know. If it's a huge flat area, you're probably going to get snuck up on if you get up there early. But it's not a bad idea. It's just at least, take a passing glance and decide whether you want to stick around or not.
So Ginger has a sharpness 3 fire aspect sword. So that's going to be something to watch out for.
Zeniker also has a fire aspect sword.
I do recall. He does. He's going to be difficult to stop. Blaze has to be a miracle worker for red team to lose this, I think. Or they have to become the cream in a sandwich, like become flanked by two different teams.
If I was Blaze, this is what I would be thinking at this point. Like, you didn't get an opportunity to poison them because they were never grouped up, and they will never be grouped up again. What you will hope for is to get secondary gear by looting corpses, so that you get really geared up, and then you can use that at the very end to murder or face everyone.
Quite possibly.
Right, it might become a 1v. Like, you might hope a couple team members go down, so like a 1v3 at best case.
Scope had finding more diamonds as well. I think OU was on the surface. Yeah, he's been given the coordinates to join chapter, so it looks like OU and chapter are trusting each other more than they are trusting Scopehead. Despite the fact that Scopehead has diamonds. Now, I mean, of course it's pure speculation.
Or it could be they're all gathering back together.
It could be, but Scopehead actually he found a spawner over here, so I don't know if he found some good stuff in those chests. Let me take a quick peek at what Scopehead has. He's got a Sharpness
Center
3
curve,
book.
combat logging,
He's
of
got an
course.
Infinity book. Scopehead has an Infinity book and Thorns 2. I don't know if he has to choose the Infinity, of course. Especially considering he has only 3 arrows. He needs that Infinity book. Because otherwise
Thorns
he's got
would
3
actually be
arrows.
quite hilarious if you were like Engal.
Yeah, it would be hilarious. But given the fact that Scopehead has 3 arrows, he has no choice but to use the Infinity. Because he's not going to get enough arrows by the end of the episode for meetup, right?
Right.
So he needs that Infinity. I think that's what he'll be working on. I suspect he found those books in the nearby spawner, and maybe his reaction. I don't know if he told his teammates. I assume he didn't. But now Chapter is actually digging down to Scopehead, as it turns out. I thought they wouldn't be
I
meeting.
think they're meeting up.
Yeah.
I think as a team they're meeting up.
Chapter still hasn't had time to heal up.
So
again,
here's the thing: the trickiest thing about playing as a mole is being suspicious of other people convincingly.
Yes.
Because if you're not suspicious enough, then obviously you're the mole because you feel safe.
Exactly.
Right.
You're
But
quite
if
correct.
you're too suspicious, then you draw suspicion just because you're talking too much and you're annoying everybody.
Indeed. You don't want to be the one that annoys.
Yes, never. You never want to be the person that everyone's just going like, yeah, just get rid of him. I don't care if he's a mole or not.
And OU is digging down to them, so they'll all be reunited.
Yeah.
No idea if they'll be, So by the looks of it, I don't think Scopehead intends on making a move. Do you
I
think
also
he?
don't think Blaze is going to make a move either.
Do you think he could have succeeded in telling his team that perhaps he got mole stuff from the battle they fought, and that
From killing Zarky? Or not killing Zarky,
not
killing,
Zarky, but
Bertree?
Tudykins. Tudykins?
No,
Bertree. Yeah,
He killed Bertree and then said there's nothing there. I don't know. They were all kind of looking at the loot, like the stack of stuff.
but he
there.
said that in the public chat. He didn't have to say that in the public chat. He could have said that, to his team. To his team, he could have told a different story.
That's
And
true.
he said to the public chat to
like
defuse.
I was saying, everybody saw the stack of stuff right when they placed it down.
Right.
Or when it fell down, like it's plausible deniability.
Okay, so just to keep everyone updated, that's a screenshot happening right there. There you go.
Okay, they're just doing a screen, right?
Yeah, but I mean, it's also a test of trust, right? Like you
Well,
only do
here's the
that
thing.
with the people you trust because the mole could have set
Yeah.
fire to that thing. Oh,
Oops,
Klusman,
fighting going on.
yeah, indeed.
I think they're teammates. No, they're not.
No, they're not. No. We knew that green team was on the surface wandering around.
Ginger is here as well, so
Yeah.
Ginger. Oh, yeah, actually, yeah.
Everyone. Oh,
Blue team position much better here, but if Ginger gets close enough, it'll be a little bit harder to shoot him.
one of the green players, I think you're close to him, is coming up for the spawn for this. Okay, no, that's. I thought they were going for this flank from behind, and actually they misplayed that. They're not going to be coming from behind at all.
No, there's no real easy way to come up from behind just because if you're doing head counts, you'll be fine here.
Yeah.
You see green team, you count 3, and you're okay. The only thing is, will be another team sneaking up behind you.
Indeed. Because that is pretty much very, very, very close to 0-0. So basically those were two teams that decided to... Oh, and Sedgos, with always the marksman.
Doing the French sniping. Yeah,
Oh,
doing
yeah.
French
Oh, yeah.
sniping, as you're saying. Telling people
He's not
what
going to
they
miss
smell
often,
like.
and with that bow, it's going to hurt a lot.
Mm-hmm. So which one's the squirrel? Which one's the elderberries?
Mm-hmm. And let's bet that Tyler's is hoping someone wants to brave up the hill. Tyler's is the type of guy that might actually leave that fort and go charge at someone if he sees them being isolated. So green team
right,
should...
if he sees a single.
Yes.
So this is a very
actually,
interesting
Ginger would do
situation.
the same. So
Oh yeah.
probably.
Yeah. I do feel like both of these teams here probably trust their team at this point.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't think blue team for sure. Green team,
Without a
like
doubt.
I said probably.
It's a good thing
So-
that Ginger is shifting down there, because if he was spotted and identified as being alone,
Tyler's would charge him.
yeah. But now he's trying to sneak up the hill.
Oh dear. This
Trying to
is,
sneak up. No, he gave up on that plan.
no.
He gave up on that. But Burning is actually shooting from behind. No, wait, he's not.
No,
He actually successfully landed a great shot. Well done, Burning.
You sound shocked, sir. I'll have you know that Burning has won a season of
Indeed,
Cynical.
yes. And
On
he's
his
actually...
own, was not a team, did not get carried.
Quite true, which is much better than I've ever accomplished. What I was going to say, Burning is a deceptively better bowman than people give him credit for. So
I just think comparing to other people, that he plays constantly with, then yeah.
Exactly. But compared to others on his team...
Sun, all stars don't shine as bright.
Yeah. When you're compared to Sedgos and Tyler's, yeah, you're probably not going to look like the best, but he's not bad.
So you're chasing after green. I'm going to come back over to the blue guys here, whom I've promptly lost sight of.
So are they out of healing? Have they decided to relocate? Oh, they still have about 4 gapples each, I think. Green team. Yeah, green team still has about 4 gapples each.
I see.
So they decided to they decided the fight was too close.
Yeah, 5 average 5 for blue team here, so they're slightly ahead in healing. It looks like they're content to hold this spot here on this hill. They're pretty happy with their positioning. It's not quite 0-0, but it does have a good view, a good vantage point.
Yes, quite so. So green team is about as stocked as orange team, except they have a little bit more diamonds, and they have 1 mole less on board.
And it looks like red team has a plausible excuse for not participating in fighting at this moment. They're waiting for their 5th team member to join back, and that's Zeneker.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know what kind of... I'll have to figure out what they're talking about here, because that's weird. Especially when they know they still have a mole. One of their players, they know one of them is a mole.
Most definitely not Zeneker. Most definitely not Zeneker. They can probably guess that as much.
Yeah.
I mean, if I were them, my assumption would be either Blaze or Engal, and I really, really would hope it's not Engal. Yeah,
I would be crossing my fingers for sure.
Engal to me would be the most likely candidate as the mole, but it depends on how many gifts, how many bribes he's tossed out now at this point.
Yeah, it's difficult to tell.
Well, no, actually, we can take a look. He's got 13 apples still.
13 gapples. Oh, that's awful.
8. So 12 times 8 is 96. So that's 104 apples.
Yeah, he really hasn't.
So he only given away 30 gold worth of apples. So it might seem a lot to them, but that's not that much for him.
He hasn't. Yeah, he has not shared. He doesn't trust his teammates at this moment.
I wonder how much levels he's had, because he's still sitting on trying to get this power 5. He's not shared this power 4 book with anybody either, which means they could have had 2 power 4 book.
Yeah, I think he'll be trying to
probably give it to Zeneker, if anything.
No, I think right now, until he knows who the mole is, he's not going to share anything.
Yeah, I mean, he looks pretty stacked,
he's just like he looks pretty stacked. He's confident that even if the mole makes a move, he's going to survive, given how stacked he is.
But looking at how much stuff he might have given out to his teammates, I think he's still a candidate for suspicion.
Yeah,
he hasn't given out like a substantial amount.
He's given up the minimum.
Yeah,
like when you show up in full diamonds and you can't pretend that you only had 3 gapples, right?
Or 3 apples to spare.
Exactly. No one's going to believe that one, especially when your name is Engal and they know how much you usually do. And if you're curious, this season of Cynical is a redo, and in the initial take, Engal had the worst luck caving that I've ever seen him have. And he had the worst luck with what happened to his team that I've seen. So if you're wondering if Engal is lucky all the time, there is one scrapped season of Cynical where he had awful luck. No. Is it why we're redoing this?
No, because Ginger didn't win, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And also because the mole's plugin didn't really work right, and there was a lot of foul ups on the technical
There's
side.
a lot of standing around going on right now. Most teams
Yes, there
have
is.
been on a standstill. Let me take a look. Let me check in on the orange team. It's the only team I haven't looked at yet.
Yeah,
Looks like they're the
they're
only
in
team actually moving.
Well, Scopehead just mentioned that they were just back from a bathroom break, but they were like gearing up down in the mine shaft. That's what I had last seen them doing. Ginger and company have relocated.
Something here.
But green team did not go very far away from blue team. They just left the mountain and would like them to. They would like them to leave their little mountain. That's basically what happens.
It would have been great to attack red team during that time when Zeniker was away. Would have been amazing.
Yeah, quite possibly.
See, yeah, the reason is that at this point, there's no reason to murder your own teammates in moles because you kind of need them to act as meat shields for you.
Exactly. You need them to take the hits you don't want to take.
Exactly.
But usually in moles games, most of the time, teams are very uncomfortable with going to meet up and still be carrying a mole.
So I don't see where Scope used his book. He didn't put infinity on his bow. And he doesn't have the book anymore.
Oh, he doesn't? Oh, does he have thorns on his... Oh, did he use the...
I can't check his armor.
Oh. Did he use it as thorns? That's surprising. Did he? So that means a teammate gave him arrows, possibly. Does he have a lot of arrows?
He's got 41 now, so he's probably in a good place.
Okay.
Thorns is interesting.
It is. It is.
He's only got 4 apples, so he's not going to be able to use it as much as he likes.
Yeah, but Thorns 2 can still do a decent amount of damage. It's like Thorn 1 is rarely relevant.
Yeah.
Thorns 2 might make a bit of a difference. It's still going to be like difficult. But what I'm thinking right now is red team, for the most part, they are messaging each other a lot, really trying to figure out who the mole is. Because I'd be surprised that I'd be stunned if they were willing to go to meet up still with a mole in their midst.
I mean, they're probably suspecting Engal, because that's the worst case scenario, right?
Yeah.
You would have to suspect the worst case scenario, but they're hoping Blaze.
Yeah. And
I think red team would be delightfully happy if they had to go in, but it looks like they're splitting off here. Going off in pairs, which is probably the worst idea ever. It's like a horror movie kind of thing.
What would that achieve? I think two are going to scout.
I think we should split up.
Well, these two are trying. Are they? No. Okay. So I think Blaze just wanted to scout ahead, and there was nothing. I don't think.
And see, that's one of the. I don't suspect any of you guys kind of behavior that would kind of out you as a mole because it's too not suspicious enough.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, blue team just saw green team run by. So they just waved at each other. Yeah, but now green team has decided, you know what? We're going to take hold of the mountain next to yours.
Oh, okay. So this is how many countries come to be.
Yeah, indeed. But that's going to be one heck of a long range fight. I don't know if
they're
any
probably
team...
not even going to shoot at each other. They're probably just going to wait for somebody else to try.
Ginger's shooting a bit. Ginger has over two stacks of arrows. So I mean, he's equipped for the long game here in terms of arrows.
So if I remember correctly, it might have been Zarky, but one of the green members had like a huge savanna of chickens right off the bat.
Yeah.
So they probably grinded up quite a bit of arrows at this point.
Ginger's been hogging most of the arrows, though. His teammates don't have as many arrows as he does at the moment. But they both have at least a stack.
Tyler's trying to give some helpful suggestions.
Tyler's only has 43 arrows. Yeah, same for Sed. So they have a lot less arrows. So they won't be firing back. They'll be trying to collect what they can receive.
I actually like the snowball idea, but the snowballs don't reach quite far enough. If the snowballs can reach there, you might try to knock them off the mountain and get a... Yeah. But right now, Ginger's just donating one arrow at a time to the blue team fund.
Pretty much. OU's on the surface He's still far away from 0-0, but he's on the surface. Where's his teammates? Okay, they're all on the surface.
Yeah,
now
they were all.
Yeah,
meetup is now.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, tune in next time for the exciting conclusion of Cynical Season 8. Thanks for watching.
Thanks.